Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Nabilur Rahman again with you, and we are today is going to submit the presentation of Unit 5, uh, which is conducting a chi-square test of independence. The subject is business research methodology and quantitative statistics. So moving on, because we have a very short interval of time, we have to discuss each and every aspect. I'm just going fast to just going through from it. And first of all, let's see the agenda. I'm going to discuss chi-square test, then relations among variables. After that, null and alternative hypothesis. Then we'll see the results of the test and Kramer's V interpretation and important takeaways, and lastly the questions and answers. Moving straight forward to the chi-square test. What does chi-square basically means? This test of independence is used to determine if there is a significant relation between two categorical variables. If yes, then how strong or weak the relation is. So what does a categorical variable means? We have already read it in chapter 5. It is basically it has two categories, all right, but we cannot say that either it's a decreasing or increasing, or it's been a highest or been a lowest, it's the first or it's the last. It can be a gender. It's yeah, we can say male 0, female 1. It can be job status, either it's a temporary, it's a regularly, it's a permanent, or it's on a contractual base. All right, so moving on, let's see the null and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis for this test is that there is a no relation between two variables, and the and the alternative hypothesis that there is a relation between two variables. So we reject the null hypothesis if p value is less than alpha, and we reject the alternative hypothesis if the value of p is more than alpha. So we have three hypotheses. First hypothesis, which has been given to us, is there is a no correlation between numcars and num defaults. So alternative hypothesis will be there is a relation between numcars and num defaults. What we have done here, we have the put the values which has been given to us in Excel sheet. We have put in PSPP. We move to the analyze test, and then we have seen there this test, chi-square test, and what we found here, that the freedom or degree of freedom is 6, and Pearson chi-square is 6.681, and yeah, 0.355 is the p-value. Sorry, 0.351 is the p-value here. So 0.351 is more than 0.05, which says that there is a no relation between numcars and num default, and we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Again, we are seeing here the degree of freedom here is 6, and total population what we have is, and valid cases is 150. We found that the p-value is 0.351, which is more than 0.05 the value of alpha. So we fail to reject the null hypothesis. We found the second hypothesis. The null hypothesis says there is a no relationship between leg comfort and num defaults, and the alternative hypothesis says there is a relation between leg comforts and num defaults. We move to the PSPP again. We move to the analyze section, then we click on descriptive analyze section. I'm sorry, I'm bad with analyze and analysis, just slip of a tongue. And then we move to the cross tabs. What we have seen there, we have appeared the dialog box. We put the value in the dialog box of Likert and defaults. So here we found that degree of freedom is again 6. The chi-square, which is also mentioned by x square, is 6.681 and p-value is 0.351. Here I want to say that I'm not sure why the value is exact same, because we have changed the columns, we have changed the rows, then again why the value is same, I have no idea. I would like to know from you guys. If you know, then please do share in a discussion box. So again, we have the sample is 150 and the alpha value is 0.05, but unfortunately the p value is 0.0351, which is again more than alpha. So we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and there is a no relation between leak comfort and num defaults. Moving on to the third hypothesis. um, Again, null hypothesis says there is no relation between numcars and leak comforts, and alternative hypothesis says there is a relation between numcars and leak comfort. We have again put the test in a PSPP software, and what we found, the results here is the degree of freedom is 9, increases from 6 to 9. And again the chi-square, look at the chi-square value, it was 6.61 in the previous hypothesis, and it's 450 now, and 0.00 is our p-value, which is less than alpha value. So which is less than alpha value is 0.05, p value is 0.00, which means that there is a relation between numcars and leak comfort. And as per the demo presentation on YouTube, they say that if we found that there is a relation between both value, we look at the Cramer's V, and it's 1.00. If the Cramer's V is 1.00, it means as moving far from 0 and near to 1, it shows that there is a strong relation between both variable, which is also being given at the end of this presentation in a table. So first of all, there is a relation between these two variables, and secondly, there is a strong relation because the value is near to 1. If the value is near to 0, it will be a weak relation. If the value of Cramer's V is near to 1, it means that there is a positive relation. So the relation is perfect symmetry according to the table. So this table has been already given to us. I'm just going fast on it. If the value is 0.00, we can say that there is no relation. And then if the value is between 0.25 to 0.30, moderately strong relationship. And if the value is 1, then it's a perfect symmetry, which is very, very rare. And it happened in our case, by the way. So what are the important takeaways by doing all these efforts? First of all, we can perform a chi-square test by cross-step statistics here. Chi-square test is not been written in PSPP. We have to find the cross-step statistics, and we got it from there. Next, moving on, chi-square test is important not only to see either there is a relation among the variables, but it also shows either there is a strong relation, either there is a weak relation, and if it's a strong relation, then how strong it is. Lastly, if we obtain a significant value, we need to attain the Cramer's V test as well. As we have seen in the previous slide that the Cramer's V value is 1 there, it shows that there is a strong relation. And if the Cramer's V test shows that the value is near to 0, it shows that it will be a weak relation. Thanks again for watching my presentation. I'm very hopeful that you have liked it. And if you feel any type of question you think that I have to discuss, then you really need to send your message in a discussion platform. I'm waiting for all your questions there. Thank you very much again, and have a great day.